Taylorville City Council meeting to order.
God, we come before you tonight with hearts of gratitude. I thank you for our mayor, our city council, and for every employee that serves this great city. Please guide us in making the right decisions for the ones that have entrusted us with being the voice for them in our city. I pray you give us all the hearts of servants that we may work together as one for the greater good. Remind us that we are in this position not to be served, but to serve. I ask this all in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Judge Brown.
Here.
Here. Larry Bud. George Bell. Kathy Driscoll. I'm here. Jim Olive. Here. Chris Potetti. Here. Jeremy Wilson.
Here.
All aldermen are present. To the volunteers of the month, I'm going to name them ambassadors of the month. Neil Hohenstein and Matt Peabody. Sparklight awarded 10 K-12 outstanding teachers for building a stronger connection by making a difference in their schools and communities. These teachers were awarded $1,500 each as part of Sparklight, a Stronger Connection Teacher Appreciation Contest, for going above and beyond for their students and communities every day. These 10 teachers that were honored came from Arizona, Arkansas, Idaho, Illinois, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas. We're the only state that had 2 receive this great honor. 2 of these teachers were from our very own hometown, Neil Hohenstein and Matt Peabody. Neil Hohenstein, this is his 3rd full year with the district. He has taught music, band, and technology for a decade at St. Mary's. His greatest accomplishments, he says, is his marriage of 24 years and raising his 3 children. He has enjoyed being in the music business locally since the 90s. His greatest accomplishments around school include starting Tommy TV and enjoying the growth and success of that program. He also loves being the facilitator of the CEO program. Let's give Neil Hohenstein a round of applause. The recipient is Matt Peabody. This is Matt's 20th year teaching. 2 years of subbing at various school districts immediately following college. He spent 4 years at Christ the King in Springfield teaching 7th and 8th grade science. He has taught 14 years in the Taylorville School District with 2 years at South School in 4th grade and 12 years teaching 5th grade in Stonington and now at junior high. This is 12th year also coaching volleyball, starting with Edinburgh and now at Taylorville. He said that he cannot remember ever winning any award, and we're grateful that he won this one. He is proud to teach in the community where he grew up. His greatest achievement is knowing that he has a positive impact on the community where he lives. Let's give Matt Peabody a round. If you guys would come forward, please. Certificate. The City of Taylorville would like to recognize Neil Hohenstein and Matt Peabody. Congratulations on being awarded Sparklight, a Stronger Connection Teacher Appreciation Award. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Shake Hall.
Congratulations. Good job, gentlemen.
A little off script. Take 2 gentlemen that deserve this honor more, because if you go out in the community, both of those people are fighting for our community every day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations. Mom told me I didn't need the other. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you guys. Congratulations. on this vote resignation by Alderman Driscoll.
Second.
Alderman Bryant. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Steve
Yes.
Dorsones? Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Minutes of the regular meeting September 19, 2022. Minutes of the Public Facilities Committee meeting held September 22nd, 2022. Minutes of the Street and Sewer Committee meeting held September 22nd, 2022. Motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Steve
Yes.
Dorsones? Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim
Yes.
Olive? Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Planning Commission recommendations.
Mr. Mayor, Planning Commission would like to recommend the City Code Section 10-6-2A billboards at the Industrial Park by a 5-0 in favor. We'd also like to recommend ordinance adding Chapter 15A to Title 10 of the City Code in regards to solar energy with some revisions. And if I miss any, Mr. Romano will keep you up on what I missed.
With the revisions as stated during the public hearing, I assume is what you're suggesting?
What's that?
Just say yes.
Yes.
I didn't hear what he said.
With the revisions that were stated during the public hearing.
Public hearing, okay, there we go. On page 5, increase it to $250. On page 5, 3A, take out Illinois state license and just put in, or take out Illinois license, state of Illinois license, and just put license, state license. And then 719, take out Illinois electrician,
So leaving the Illinois electrician, taking out the word license.
license, right, okay. And then typo of R1 to R2. And then the last one is no vacant lots will be permitted to have a raise on them without a permanent residence.
But notwithstanding anything to the contrary herein, no solar energy system shall be erected, constructed, installed, used, or permitted on any vacant property located in any R1 or R2 residential district without any residential building thereon.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
And that passed the Planning Commission 5 in favor, 5-0.
So we'll approve the first one first, the signed ordinance. I need a motion to approve that. Well, Alderman Bud, second. Alderman Bryant, comments or questions?
The mayor will vote on this. It takes an affirmative vote.
Roll call.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Steve
Yes.
Dorsones? Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Mayor Barry?
Yes. Motion carries 9-0. Now on the second, on the solar panel ordinance, need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Skoltedi. Questions or comments?
And you're voting on as well as presented here by the recommendation of the city planning commission.
Of course.
Roll call.
Sure.
As in whereas.
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Just saying.
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Mayor Barry?
Yes, motion carries 9-0. Thank you.
And just for your edification, now it is passed, it'll be posted tomorrow, it's publication in pamphlet form, 10 days thereafter, you can apply for your permit. Okay.
Thank
Then
you.
close on the deal.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hart.
Thank you.
Ordinance amending section, we did that, okay, motion to approve city cleanup day on Saturday, October 15th, 2022 at the street department located at 205 North Cherokee from 7 a.m. until dumpsters are full. Motion by Alderman Brown, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve payment for sidewalks in the 300 and 400 blocks of East Main Cross from Wareham Security to Gardner Glass from BDD funds rather than previously approved using Ward 1 funds. Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Skoltedi. Questions or comments?
Comment.
Comment, Alderman Bud.
I'm gonna be the bad guy. But, I don't know, March or April, we brought this up. And it come out of the council either 6-2 or 5-3, I think it was 5-3, that was against doing it. And now because we wanna do the sidewalks with BDD money at another location, we're bringing this back to pay for this over on those two streets. It's actually along the sides of the two businesses, which is Wareham's and Gardner Glass. It was around $17,000 or $18,000, I think Bill had for us to pay for those out of Ward 1. And I've agreed to say that we'll pay for it out of Ward 1. But because now we want to use it at another area, now it's okay. And I don't understand that.
What new area? What's that?
These were all my ideas to get these paid out of BDD funds. And I told you I was gonna bring it back to get it paid out of BDD.
Yes, you did. And I told you what I felt.
Yeah.
It's over actually at
It
my
has
school.
nothing to do with the other projects.
That had nothing to do with me. You're insinuating that's me, and I
I
didn't know
didn't
anything about
insinuate.
it.
I did not say anybody's name here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, any other comments or questions? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Skoltedi.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
No.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-1. Motion to approve the water department to purchase E35 33 horsepower R2 series Bobcat compact excavator from Bobcat of Springfield at a cost not to exceed $69,000 and to waive competitive bidding process as replacement for a previously approved model. Motion by
I'll make that motion with a comment.
Alderman Dorsones, second.
Second.
Alderman Olive, comment. Alderman Dorsones.
Council, you will recall last month we approved as a council to approve the purchase of this very similar machine, Bobcat excavator, at a cost of $66,345.54. The particular unit that Superintendent Brune had quoted was sold before he could actually make the purchase. So now, that's why this is on the agenda again. He's found another unit that is very similar to the excavator that we approved back in September. It does have a couple additional options on it, such as lights and a camera. So that is why the cost has increased to $69,000. So that's my comment.
Any other comments or questions? Roll call.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Skoltedi.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. City attorney update.
Okay, folks, I got a number of things just briefly, just to remind you of. I've been sending you a variety of several emails. As you know, the Paint and Bike Trail Intergovernmental Cooperation Agreement has been signed by Paint and by Taylorville, so that's been officially approved. We determined and obtained a title insurance commitment for the beach and bathhouse, the marina project that Greg Hillis was requiring. So I assume that will be okay to go forward with that grant application. I also sent you some information on a disconnection request from some folks that want to subdivide and then disconnect some of the property from the city, which is supposedly contiguous to the corporate boundaries. Give you the information. I'll have to go to the committee. I'll give you some other suggestions that you might want to think about if you decide in your decision to whether or not you want to approve that or not. That's all in the email that I sent to you. Also, late Friday, I received a certificate of insurance and operating agreement on your REE, your solar water, city water plant agreement project, and I sent an email just around 5 o'clock today. I copied every one of you. I had some concerns with it, and I've sent that on to Mr. Swanson and Mr. Mallett, and haven't got a response yet, but either that'll come up on your October 17th meeting, or they might request to have a special meeting before that, because they would like to start construction on October 24th. But the certificate of insurance is not correct, and there's some things, some bullet points I put in that email that they need to complete before I would ask you to consider approving the permit for that. Other than that, that's all I have at this point.
Thank you.
I'm going to have a comment on the next motion, got in the committee reports, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Mayoral report. Thank you to the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce for the fabulous weekend of the 37th Annual Chili Fest, record-breaking chili sales. Thank you for the work being completed on East Main Cross. It should be completed by the week's end, and thank you to Governor Pritzker for the $1.5 million grant to redo this area. Thank you to the high school on their great ceremony Friday evening, Folds of Honor, in honoring our military and our first responders. Thank you to the fire department for supplying the large flag, and thank you to Mike Tennant and the cemetery for the use of all the American flags. I want to thank the Tornado Open Committee and Jenny Moats for raising over $32,000 for our Taylorville sports. We have now raised over $1 million in the 30 years of the Tornado Open. We have finally submitted the other applications for the $3 million grant. Thank you to everyone that took the time to write the letters in support of this grant application. We have submitted the grant application for improvements at Lake Taylorville for the beach area and the bathhouse. Pana has submitted the application for the grant for our bike trail. On Friday, September 30th, Congress passed a short-term government funding deal through December 16th as fiscal year 2023 appropriation bills continue working their way through the legislative process. This means that until near that time, there will be no further updates to report on the community project funding request of $2.5 million contained in those fiscal year 2023 appropriations bills. In short, those are actively still pending, but the outlook is uncertain. So I heard that news from Rodney Davis's office on Friday. We also got a call Friday evening from the Attorney General's office that Kroger is allowed to go inside the store and try to mitigate the asbestos issue, and hopefully they will start that work soon. I sure would like to go Kroger. Thank you. Committee reports. Discussion and/or motions to approve, adopt, and/or deny, and/or table, and/or amend, and/or refer to an appropriate committee in whole and part in matters regarding the following subject matters discussed at the committee level. Street and sewer, Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. Motion to recommend the City Council approve the removal of the driveway approach and repair the sidewalk and curb area across the street from City Hall on the north side of the 100 block of West Vine Street to be paid with BDD funds. Make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second. Alderman Olive, questions or comments? Roll call.
Crystal Petty,
No.
Jeremy Wilson,
Yes.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryant,
Yes.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Steve
Yes.
Dorsones, Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-1.
Motion to recommend the City Council to approve the replacement of sidewalks on 3 sides of Taylorville Food Center on Market, Franklin, and Madison to be paid with BDD funds. Make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second. Second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson,
Yes.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryant,
Abstain.
Larry Bud,
No.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll,
Yes.
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Crystal Petty,
Yes.
Motion carries 6-1.
Motion to recommend the City Council to approve dividing Ward 5 funds evenly between the other 4 wards. I'll make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments?
No comment, Mayor.
Comment, Alderman Skoltedi.
You know, I really could use it and I enjoy having these funds in the Ward 2. Jeremy here, Alderman Wilson and I could put them to some great use, I'm sure. I have to caution on doing this. You know, any good financial planner would tell you to always make sure you have an emergency fund. And this to me is our emergency fund. I think you remember a couple years ago, we had the issue back along behind Casey's where
when the ground kept caving in, and luckily it was within BDD, and we were able to use those funds to help pay for that. But what happens if another one of these issues arises and it's not within BDD? You know, that's to me is what this fund is for. I know everybody has some great use for the money, but you know, we need to have something in the emergency fund to use just in case something arises. So I urge caution in passing this.
I have a comment, Mr. Mayor, that if you wish to proceed in this direction, we need to amend the motion, because if you recall, your city code section 3-2-4J says that money can only be transferred unless it's declared to be an emergency, and you have to have 6 affirmative votes from the 8 of you in order to do that. If you want to get rid of that particular code section, then the motion would be to direct me to prepare an ordinance that would repeal section 3-2-4J and to divide the existing funds in that common street maintenance fund equally between the 4 wards, excuse me. But your motion would not, you have it.
Well, I
Takes an
will amend
ordinance
my
to
motion
repeal
to
it.
say that.
Yeah, I second mine.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Rocky, what?
The motion would be to direct the city attorney to repeal city code section 3-2-4J and to divide the existing funds in the common street maintenance fund equally between wards 1 through Ward 4.
The common street maintenance fund.
That's what you guys all
That's what
call
Ward
Ward
5.
5.
Just checking.
But it's really
Just
never
checking.
called Ward 5. It's
Right.
It's just an emergency.
Okay.
So we have to
Amended motion by Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Bryant. Any other questions or comments?
I have a comment.
Comment?
And what you're saying, I understand that this has never really been applied to something like that as an emergency, and I don't know that really a municipality should have an emergency fund per se. I think that if we had a situation that occurred like that again, I hope that everyone would agree that we could come in 4 ways and help with something like that. I think we would. I think we would cooperate with each other and say, look, this is a $200,000 issue going on. We don't have a 5th ward thing anymore. Well, everybody pony up their 1/4 of it. I don't think that'd be a problem.
But what happens if one ward doesn't have enough to cover their share?
They give what they can, and we will keep
And everybody else covers their share.
that will be kept in mind. Well, they're gonna be getting some money, this
Well,
gets divided
the
up,
issue,
so.
the Ward 5 fund was before the BDD fund, and it was supposed to be for emergencies or for what we thought was a community project like City Hall, you know, where all the wards, even though it's in Ward 1, all the wards should pay for, but we've used BDD money for the generator at City Hall. We've used it, now we're gonna use BDD money for the street across the street from City Hall. So I think we really, we don't need the Ward 5 fund. The only other issue to answer maybe your questions, we can include more areas in this BDD area. They don't just have to be commercial property. So, and I don't know exactly how much area we can include in it, but Larry Budd asked at the last meeting to anyone that wanted to include some more properties to let him get it into these properties. So if the council wanted to include, just for instance, Webster Street from Adams to the park in the BDD fund, we're not going to generate any funds from that, but that could be included in the BDD area. Cherokee Street from Main Cross to the cemetery could be included in the BDD. It's not going to generate any funds into the BDD, but it is areas that we can include in case we needed to use BDD funds to fix an issue there. So that's what the council needs to decide, and we need to probably decide here in the next couple of weeks what areas we want to include and amend the BDD area. Well, that's another option we have, so.
As long as that's not used as our own personal piggy bank, that's what I'm
the
afraid would
problem.
happen.
We have a motion and a second on the floor, so roll call.
Doug Brown?
No.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Steve Dorsones?
No.
Kathy Driscoll? No. Jim Olive?
No.
Chris Teddy?
No.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Motion fails, 3-5. Motion to approve and or, Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Motion to recommend the city council authorize and direct the mayor to sign pay request number 6 with True Rock Flat Sons Company Incorporated in the amount of $120,118.30 for work on the East Main Cross Street improvements. This condition upon receipt of signed mechanics liens waivers in this amount, certified payroll records, and recommendations by the project engineer that the work has been satisfactorily performed. I'll make that in form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second. Alderman Olive, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant,
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Motion to approve and or ratify payment of bills, $289,348.06. Motion by Alderman Bud, second.
Second.
Alderman Dorsones, questions or comments? Alderman Bud.
Health insurance, $126,816.74. County public risk for workers' comp November, $17,314. Electric, $2,565.65. Farm and home, Walmart and Ron's, $2,468.27. Garbage, $3,021. Christian County CEO program, $1,000, and this is the third year of that that commitment. DowntownTaylor.org, $4,000. PS Printing, $2,657.30. CCI, $9,538. Uline, $1,431.73. Ford and Harrison, $7,555. Meyer Ostermano, $8,046.70. Yard Heating and Cooling, this is for the Gagney, $21,582.92. Police Department, Leftwich Systems, $2,840. Technology Management, $1,490.42. Fire Department, McQueen Energy, Emergency, $8,131.23. Street Department Billman, $1,011.35. Bodine Electric, $1,777.68. Christian County Highway, $2,147.51. Noblets, $2,500. Ricky Peters, $6,121. Water Department, Midwest Meter, $3,643. Van Vetter Engineering, $1,557.23. Chemicals, $7,274.38. Cemetery, for temporary help, $1,128.96. Airport, Aero Energy, $20,156.80, and these total $267,776.87.
Roll call.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. First, subparagraph G of 5 ILCS 120/2.06. This portion of the city council meeting reserved for any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. The Illinois Open Meeting Act 5 ILCS 120/1FC mandates no action shall be taken on subject matters not listed on the agenda, but the council may direct staff to address the topic or refer the subject matter to a future council and or committee meeting. If anyone wishes to address the council, please provide your name and address, limit your comments or presentation to 3 minutes, and avoid repetitious comment. Thank you. Anyone out there like to address the council? Motion for adjournment?
I got one comment. I need to know if you want to expand the BDD, I need to know those. And I need to know if you want to expand the TIF district. And I need those as soon as we can, so we can get Steve to start working on those, so that we can already get those in and not be behind next year.
Let's give everyone about 2 weeks. I think we have a fire.
If you can have them to me then at the finance meeting.
Yeah.
Which is
Finance
the
meeting
20th.
On the 20th, yeah. Kind of keep thinking of areas. All right, anyone else like to speak? All right, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion for Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Stoltetti, all in favor? All opposed? We are adjourned.